What's up? Checking in here, July 16th. So, a couple big things. One, we're 12 days after July 4th, so all the people who were celebrating on the 4th that weekend, we're at least 10 days after any of the festivities, I think, that people would have went through. So, the cases still like around 65,000 a day. The death rate, it's less than 1,000. I think if you look at the average for last week, probably around 700. So you're looking at 2,800 for the week. I did some calculations. You're looking at a death rate. It's around 1% of the people that have it. So right now the total number of cases in the U.S. is around 3.3 million. So it's like 1% of the population is now tested positive for the coronavirus. And I think the total deaths are around 137,000, maybe 138,000 now. So, you know, the case rate has gone incredibly fast compared to the death rate in the last, I don't know, month or so. So when we were at our worst, we were around 35,000 cases a day that they were seeing, and I think the mortality was like 2,500. We had 2,500 deaths a day on 35,000 new cases, and now we've got 65,000 new cases and less than 1,000 deaths. So, is the weather playing a role in that, where it's spreading, but people are able to, to be out and about, so it's not as detrimental. Don't know. I don't know that we'll ever fully know all the ins and outs of this virus. I doubt it. But people want to say, oh, look at the science. There's a lot of gaps in science. That's the thing that people don't want to acknowledge. Especially people that aren't in a scientific field. They just want to rely on the science. Let the science do its job. Okay, but it is hard to know something with 100% certainty unless you've seen it, documented it, and are able to test it repeatedly to know, okay, that's exactly what's going on, that's exactly what happened, we know. To say, well, this is what that virus does, this is how it acts, don't know that. You absolutely 100% do not know that. But I think they are being more stringent with the count of somebody. They're going to say somebody died from coronavirus, there needs to be some type of positive test on record. And I think that's probably where the disconnect in those numbers were. We were doing the opposite of what China was doing. I think I said this before, but China was like trying to hide everything and nobody had the virus, where here is like everybody's got the virus and everybody's dying from it, is how we were attributing things. So the other thing is 2 weeks are almost up for the boss's vacay. So far, we missed one thing. Find out how big of a miss it was today on our product. But, it's still just completely remarkable that in the middle of a pandemic, without having a production manager, a maintenance manager, your HSC manager is temporary at best now, and in the fill-in role has got more questions than answers. So that job becomes a time drain more than a time assistance. It's amazing to me that somebody feels it's appropriate to take 2 weeks off during in that, just especially somebody at a manager level, you know, that is supposed to be a leader of the site. You know, it's a little ridiculous, and I so badly want to voice that opinion. And I don't know if I can do it tactfully. There may not be any tact involved. Maybe something that has to be said. You know, I mean, it's over and it's done with, and I'm kind of the philosophy that when things are over and done with, just be done with it. You know, don't keep dragging it up and making it worse. But I don't know that I can make it any worse for myself. You know, what are you gonna do? You know, just voice my complete total displeasure, and now that mentality is kind of foolish. Somebody needs a slap in the face, figuratively. Maybe also literally. Definitely figuratively. Other than that, not much. Work. Mom's still in rehab. I don't know if she's gonna make it out of rehab. You know, I don't know if she's gonna make it out of some type of assisted skilled nursing care, because she says she's not walking every day. When I seen her, she's using a wheelchair and just kind of, you know, pulling herself around by her feet. She's not, you know, wheeling it with her arms. She's just kind of walking while sitting. You know, it's she's lived a long time. She wants to take it easy. I get that, but it's like you had to do this other stuff because your hip was going to fall out, and she flat doesn't want to change anything she's doing. If something doesn't feel good, she don't want to do it, and it's maddeningly frustrating because it just kind of puts everything on hold. You know, it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's like everything's just kind of on pause. You know, and it's more work for me to take. Now I got to take care of bills and stuff. And I'm not saying it wasn't like a lot more work when she was at the house, but there's still a lot of work to be done. So, you know, I want her to get better, but at the same time, I'm a realist. Understand, you know, you put a 90-year-old through hip surgery, that is a lot, and just for her to be able to have that surgery is a credit, you know, to her being able to do that, and then making it through. But now that we're on the other side, she doesn't want to, you know, put the work in. It's a little disappointing. I understand. I mean, I can't imagine trying to go through something like that. It would be terrible. That's why you got to take care of yourself, and, you know, make sure you're doing everything the right way. Ergonomics is, you know, you don't think about it. It's like, well, this is just how I do it, and this is the easy way. But then you get some type of pain in a arm or a shoulder or a knee or a hip. And, you know, it's not going to go away. It's, you know, you're doing something wrong to start with, and now the pain is probably making you do something even worse. So, you know, there's a right way to walk and to sit and to handle stuff, and if you don't do it right, you will pay for it eventually. You get the chance. All right, that's all I got. I got 2 more days. Be careful. Stay COVID free. Later.